have the pick. If you want to know what it is, it looks like it is going to be a wide receiver. It is not Matthew Golden, though, apparently. The wide receiver, it looks like Egbuka is actually going to be the guy that
Oh,
goes.
wow.
Emeka Egbuka, 81 receptions last year with Ohio State, over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Boggs is a bit of a shocker for you.
It is surprising because I just don't think that they need another wideout. I'm with Fitz in that regard. McMillan was pretty good. You re-signed Chris Godwin. Mike Evans is old, but he's still a stud. So a little surprised by this, but Hegbuka is a good pick. Professional route runner, tight, crisp. Speed is not far behind the route running. He gets to a spot in a blur. He makes fluid first steps. He will do work in traffic, and he gives his team a cushion. He was pushed more to the slot, and they have two slot guys last year. He
Yeah.
played 81% of his snaps there. He's had some ankle issues. His ADOT was a career low last year, and he's not breaking too many tackles. So he's a very good player, a good wide receiver. Don't love this for fantasy, at least not for his rookie season.
That's an interesting take too, but I think long term, Fitzy, Mike Evans is not a young man. He's been in the league a very long time. Chris Godwin's had multiple big injuries and coming off another one. This is probably a very smart long term selection where if Evans, does hit a wall with age this year and Godwin struggles to get back on the field healthy, you really don't have as many wide receivers as you think. And now you have Egbuka and Jalen McMillan. I think this is kind of a savvy future pick here where the Bucks are a pretty good team. They have holes like every NFL team, but at the same time, taking Egbuka here is a very good look to the future for Baker Mayfield and for his fantasy value. Maybe not the best fantasy value out of the gate in year one, but projectability in dynasty leagues, I think, might actually be, kind of appealing, more appealing than people might realize.
Yeah, maybe in Dynasty, it's not going to crush his perceived value. But boy, this is messy for redraft leagues and to some extent Dynasty too. And now what I don't understand is three of your top four receivers do their best work in the slot. I think Jalen McMillan is best in the slot, Godwin,
Mhm.
obviously, and Egbuka is a slot receiver. So it's a kind of a curious fit here. I know, I like Egbuka, and I think it's to his credit that he has always been able to produce significantly despite not being like the best wide receiver on his own team at Ohio State. I mean, last year was freshman phenom Jeremiah Smith. Before that, it was Marvin Harrison Jr. And by all accounts, Egbuka is a great kid, but it is just a weird fit for the Buccaneers.
All right, very weird fit for the Buccaneers potentially, but again, I'm looking long term. I think this is kind of savvy here. Mike Evans can't play forever, and Chris Godwin. Look, we're kind of in this territory where he's taken a lot of physical beatings over the years. Egbuka is gone. Debro, I know you have some feelings about that. Why don't you share your Egbuka feelings about that selection? I think they're just looking long term, and I think it's smart. I honestly do. I think they're playing chess instead of checkers with that pick. I really do. But give us your thoughts on that pick, and then tell me where do you think the Chargers go with this next one.
I think the Bucks pick was a horrible pick. You're trying to win the division right now. Why in the heck did you re-sign Chris Godwin? I understand Mike Evans is a free agent after this year, but why did you re-sign Chris Godwin? Why the hell did you pick Jalen McMillan last year? You didn't need more reinforcements. Like, you could have addressed wide receiver next year. You need defensive help, like corner, edge, linebacker, all of these things. You don't have the roster for a luxury pick this year and looking into next year. This is a terrible pick by the Buccaneers. Horrible.
Could they potentially trade McMillan tomorrow?
I don't think what are you going to get for him? Like, he only flashed like the last few games of the season when everybody was hurt.
Some good flashes there, Fitzy. I thought McMillan flashed.
I
was high on McMillan going into the year. He got hurt right when he got his opportunity.
Spent on him.
When he got healthy, he came back at the end of the season and looked pretty sharp. Had a run of touchdowns too, which was very encouraging. Do you think that this is I don't know, a situation where maybe they're not going to go in with all four of these guys into 2025?
You would think, but it's funny. I mean, it's hard to make a deal like that and get full return on it, Joe. If they give McMillan away. No one's going to give you a lot. You're going to get pennies on the dollar for him.
You wouldn't even get what you paid to draft him.
Right.
They wouldn't even get that back. Like, my other thing is, who the heck is playing the slot? You got like 2 or 3 different slot wide receivers here. Like, yeah, what are you going 4 wide and we got double slots here? Like, it makes no sense. Like,
well, that would make Baker Mayfield very happy. I was gonna say, if anybody wants to run that offense, it's Baker Mayfield. I can tell you that right now. That's the perfect guy for that.